shiny like new, take your rig to C60 Detail. Bumper to bumper, side to side, top to bottom, and in and out. C60 works on everything. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, semis, and even farm equipment. You name it, they can do it. Your satisfaction is in the details. C60 Detail, just east of...
Visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Looking for great food and a friendly atmosphere? Check out the Junkyard Pub and Grub. Stop in for a burger, pizza, wings, or a cold drink to wet your whistle. It's the Junkyard Pub and Grub in Hinton.
KCAU and Metro Sports TV have teamed up to bring you live full broadcasts of local high school sports on SiouxlandProud.com. Just click Live Sporting Events under the Sports tab. This week, watch the Hinton Blackhawks take on the Western Christian Wolfpack.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Welcome to Metro Sports TV. Metro Sports TV is proud to present exclusive televised broadcasts of high school sports all year long. Live streaming on metrosports.tv, KCAU, SiouxlandProud.com, and now on YouTube. For the best in live televised high school sports, watch Metro Sports TV. Good evening, everybody. Steve Marino here with my broadcast partner, Seth Dedeker, and welcome to the Central Bank pregame show from Hinton, Iowa, as we bring you tonight's matchup. A Class 1A Iowa High School football playoff matchup against the number 4 the number 4 ranked Hinton Blackhawks and the 12th ranked Underwood Eagles. The Blackhawks come into today. They went 9-1 in the regular season, but then they had a tough test as they've had to go on the road for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, beating both AHSTW and a difficult OAB CIG, those alphabet teams we like to talk about.
Yep.
Now they finally get a home playoff game here in Hinton, and in the best way possible, the last game on their way to the Dome if they're able to finish this one off tonight. Seth, this team has showed a lot of grit and determination to make it through that early gauntlet.
Yeah, the main thing that they've done here on these 2 playoff games is they've stuck to their identity. It's run the football and control the line of scrimmage, and they did that very well in both games, specifically against HESW, which Underwood has played in their district already. They ran the ball very successfully on them just because they controlled that line of scrimmage and they played with that physicality. As long as the Blackhawks do that tonight, we should be looking at a win here. But on the flip side of that, you got Underwood. Underwood has a great passing attack, and that's the other thing is you look at the record, they're 6-4. You think, well, they're okay, but really on paper, if you're looking at their quarterback is their main thing where the offense runs through, specifically Garrett Lewitt. He has been their main driver of that offense. He's an Iowa baseball recruit, as we talked about here before we started.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about both teams here. We'll start with the Blackhawks. You were talking about them being able to establish a line of scrimmage, especially through those first 2 games of the playoff. They've scored an impressive 69 points in the first 2 games, and they did it mostly on the ground. On the season, this team has a staggering 2,339 rushing yards, which makes up 72% of their total offense. They're a big ground and pound team. For Blackhawk fans, they know this. They're well familiar with this style of offense, but Underwood better fear this ground game, Sal.
Yeah, absolutely. The main thing, though, or the main thing for Underwood is, if we're going to look at it from kind of an even standpoint here, they're going to want to try to stop Hinton before they get going downhill, because if they can't do that, then Hinton's going to keep grinding on them until they get to the third quarter, and then they're not going to be able to stop anything. So hopefully what we're going to see tonight, as a Blackhawk fan myself, we're going to want to see them just kind of control the line of scrimmage, control the game, and also on the other side of it, play great defense. That's another thing that can't be overlooked. They played great defense in those first 2 games.
Yeah, and they're going to need a great defense going up against this Underwood team, which is kind of the opposite of Hinton in a way. They spread the ball out and they air it out more. 60% of Underwood's offense coming through the air to a tune of 1,975 yards and 21 touchdowns. It's going to be really interesting to see these 2 different offensive styles and how each team chooses to counteract them. The one thing that these 2 teams do have in common is the leadership and reliance on the quarterback position. Both quarterbacks come in with over 20 combined touchdowns, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Both players commanding respect from opposing defenses. Garrett Lutt, like you said, a University of Iowa baseball commit. He likes to sling the ball around a bit, but he definitely has capability with his legs. And, of course, for your Hinton Blackhawk fans, your Gabe Anderson with 1,010 rushing yards and 22 total touchdowns. He's getting ready to go play outside linebacker or maybe do a little bit of here and there running back for the Fighting Hawks up there in Grand Forks. These 2 athletes, it's going to be interesting to watch them go head-to-head.
Yeah, absolutely. The main thing you want to look at, especially from the Hinton side standpoint, is they like to run the ball, and that's exactly what Anderson likes to do. Like we were talking about earlier, he has a little bit over 1,000 yards currently on the year for rushing. Where Lewitt is going to has right around 1,900 in passing yards. I think the exact number is 1,976, because he's going to almost be at 2,000 here, possibly in this game. Well, hopefully he's not, but I'm the eternal optimist that they could do that, but I doubt that happens. So he'll probably be at about 2,000 yards after this game. So the one thing that you still just need to make sure that you're focusing on, especially on the back end for the defense for the Blackhawks, nothing behind you, keep it all in front of you, and break down and tackle, because I have been noticing that their wide receivers are pretty shifty, and they can make a cut and take off.
The number 5 ranked Hinton Blackhawks and the 12th ranked Underwood Eagles coming up here on Metro Sports TV. We're going to take a quick break, be right back with some starting lineups and the keys to the game before we get kickoff here on Metro Sports TV. Stay with us.
Happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
Roofing solutions, pre-engineered steel buildings, and design-build solutions. Modern builders and modern design architects can make it happen. With over 60 years of experience, Modern Builders can manage every aspect of your build. Design, cost, scheduling, and performance. Check them out on the web at modernbuildinc.com. Modern Builders, proud sponsor of the Hinton Hard Hat Award winner.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV here in Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready for some Class 1 Iowa high school football. Here, a nice brisk evening. You can see some of the haze and the stadium lights. It's definitely football weather here. It's cool in the 50s already, and we're going to keep that temperature dropping. It's going to be a nice evening here for football, and we're going to go over the starting lineups. I'm going to start with the hometown Hinton Blackhawks here. Their offense, obviously run by number 2, the senior, 6'4", 205, Gabe Anderson. Number 4, Cole Friesen, the junior, one of the big leading rushers behind Gabe Anderson for the Hinton Blackhawks. Number 5, Kyle Leary, the 6'4", 200-pound senior. He plays wide out. Number 7, Caden Barrett, another wide out, 5'10", 190. They got some nice tall wide receivers here for Hinton, and if they get an opportunity, those guys can kick off some long receptions, some good run after the catch. At number 13, Carver DeGroot, the junior, stands 6 foot, weighs 165. He's one of the running backs. Then we're going to finish it off with number 43, Tommy Tanner. When you're talking about the skill positions, he plays a lot of fullback, 5'7", 160. Hinton, they've got that 2-3 running back set. Yep. He tends to play the fullback in a lot of those sets. And then we'll switch to the offensive line. The junior, 6 foot, 195. He wears number 52, Jackson Conkle. Number 55, Jacob Bishop. He returns to the starting lineup tonight, and 6'3", 225, the senior. Reese Stokes, number 63, the junior, 6'1", 245, wears number 63, also the kicker for the team. I like seeing a big man kick the football. Reese Schroeder, the junior, stands 5'10", 195, number 64. He'll sit on the offensive line. And, of course, number 71, the junior, Carson Divis. He's 5'10". He weighs 265 pounds, part of that big offensive line you were talking about.
Yeah, and that's the main thing is we look for the beef up front to kind of move around their defensive line and kind of do what they do there. One of the notes that you might want to notice there is Carpenter Group. We do have him in the starting lineups, but we will see Brogan Lake come in quite a bit.
Yeah, Brogan Lake, one of those big glue pieces to the Hinton Blackhawks. As we see the color guards start to make their way out onto the field, we'll take a quick break and allow the national anthem to play, and we'll be back with the defensive side for Underwood right after this national anthem. you, everybody, for staying right put here during the national anthem. Great job by the American Legion post out there from Hinton, and we'll return to our regularly scheduled broadcast, and we'll tell you a little bit about this Underwood defense that Hinton's going to have to go up against. The starting lineups. We're going to start kind of on the back end. Number 3, Samuel Schoening is a senior, 5'10", 178, defensive back. Number 8, Easton Robertson, another senior, 5'9", 150, is a big key there on the offensive side as he's the main receiver for Underwood. Number 9, Sam Hulsing, stands 6'2", weighs 180 pounds. He's another senior. Number 22, Will Buckholt, the linebacker, 5'10", 182. Number 23, Riley Seelick, the junior, 5'10", 172. Number 26, Lucas Bose Jr. is the senior linebacker, stands 5'9", weighs 155. He's the main tackler for this Underwood team. Charlier Myers, number 40, is a sophomore, stands 5'8", 188. Number 50, Grady Jones, the junior, 6'1", 208. Number 68, Charlie Bracker, is a sophomore, stands 5'10", weighs 233 pounds. Number 71, Jerry Bruno, is a freshman playing here starting for Underwood. He stands 6'3", weighs 195. And then rounding out the defensive line for these Underwood Eagles, number 73, Riker Adair, is the junior, stands 5'11", 210 pounds. And Seth, you were talking about it before the game, the size difference on the offensive line. If you look at the interior line between the offensive and defensive side, you're seeing 233 for Underwood. You're seeing 265 for Hinton. That's a big difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference there, and Hinton can really control the line of scrimmage, especially having that size, and more than likely going to have that strength advantage too. So what this is going to be a very good game. I think, it could go one of two ways. For our keys to the game that we want to talk about here, the Vernite keys to the game, the main thing we want to talk about is Hinton needs to make sure that they run the ball, control that clock, and hold on to the ball as long as possible so they can keep that potent Underwood passing offense off of the field. The second thing that they want to do is make sure that they're not letting anything behind them, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You're going to want to take care of anybody that's coming in from you because they have a lot of speed on the outside. And then third and most importantly, play with physicality the entire game. That's what they've done the first 2 games, and that's what's got them here. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Should be an exciting game here in Hinton, Iowa. Number 12, Underwood, coming to Hinton to play the number 5 Hinton Blackhawks here in the Iowa State playoff. Winner goes to the Dome. We're going to take a quick break for a message here from the Iowa High School Athletic Association and be back with playoff football here on Metro Sports TV.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events. We work at all the state events. And, you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you. And it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa. It's cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV here in Hinton, Iowa. We're getting ready to kick off the number 5 Hinton Blackhawks against the number 12 Underwood Eagles. And we are moments away from playoff football here in Hinton, Iowa. Fans are getting into it. Of course, we were talking about the big fan turnout. Fans helped fund this broadcast here tonight. Thank you to the local community for helping bring this broadcast here so those you fans of the Hinton Blackhawks and the Underwood Eagles can watch this fabulous game. Seth, you had a few people you wanted to thank for helping us out here.
Yeah, and we just want to talk about tonight's game. It's exclusively brought to you by the hair shop in downtown Hinton. Great place. I go get my haircuts there from a gal named Kelsey. Give them a call. They actually will have a commercial playing here tonight with their number on it. Give them a call and see if you can't set up an appointment. Derek Hill with Joe Morton Insurance of Great West Casualty. golf with him, great guy. If you have anything for commercial trucking or anything like that, go talk with him. He can get you a quote. Hall of Fame is the halftime and the player of the game. They're also our sponsors and a great sponsor with us the entire year they've been with us. And then last but not least, Steve and Pam Diedeker, lifelong Hinton residents and lifetime Hinton Blackhawks supporters. Basically, they decided to pitch in to make sure we had this. So on a short notice, we got everything done. And here we go. We're ready for the kickoff. And thank you to all of our sponsors tonight. We'll get to every one of you here throughout the game.
50 degrees at kickoff. We got a low of 35 degrees tonight, so it's going to be a chilly one, but it's going to be feeling perfect for the boys on the field. Everybody stay warm as you're watching the game tonight. Thank you to all of the fans all season long. We've had a great season of football here at Metro Sports TV, and we're happy to be able to bring this one to you tonight as Hinton will kick off to the Underwood Eagles early on. And looks like we're going to take a quick trip to the sidelines as both teams.
Looks like there's about a minute 45 still clicking on the clock over here, so maybe they got a little too they're ready to go. That's not a bad thing, though.
No, everyone's excited for this matchup. We've been looking forward to it. I mean, Hinton's had a great season. They had a great off season. They finally get to play in front of their home field fans. I'm sure they're raring to go.
Yeah, and I can't blame them for that. Just knowing the kids, most of these kids on the field, they are extremely excited about this game. They're excited about the opportunity to go maybe play in the Dome here. Obviously, we got to take care of the business here with Underwood, but I feel like we can do that as long as we just key in on what we're supposed to be doing, specifically running the ball and playing great defense.
Speaking of the Dome, we have 3 other matchups tonight that we will be trying to keep our best eye on, as these are potential matchups for either of the victors of these teams, as Summer Fredericksburg and Grundy Center playing. South Hardin and Dyke New Hartford, and then Wilton and Regina all playing tonight for a spot at the Dome. We're going to try and do our best to keep you updated on all those scores, so you'll have a potential idea of who your team might face come Dome time, as we're just about set here. We're going to get the kickoff started.
About another 30 seconds here before kickoff, for those of you wondering what's kind of going on here. Boys are excited, let's just say that.
We're going to do our best to keep up. We might have to have a manual scoreboard, but we'll do the best we can. Ball's on the tee. And we are ready for football here in Hinton, Iowa. Number 7, Caden Barrett, to do the kicking duties for Hinton. And the Hawk chance start. And we are off in Hinton, Iowa. Good kick to about the 5-yard line, and Underwood will take it from there.
Number 53 on the tackle there. Colton Hall, he's filled in nicely with the injury to Bishop here in the first 2 games, but that's good to see him out there getting playing time on the special teams and getting the tackle.
And we're going to get a first look at the Underwood Eagles offense here, and now Hinton's preparing to defend it. They're going to set up in their 3-5-3, but they're going to play close to the line, looking to put pressure on Underwood early. Lutt steps back to pass, immediately pressured, rolls out to his left-hand side, and leaves it just underneath the hands of his favorite receiver, number 8, Easton Robertson.
And we were talking about it. There's Jacob Bishop right there getting in his face and making sure that you can get pressure on that quarterback. If you can make him a little uncomfortable in that backfield, he doesn't have all day to sit there and throw. I did notice that when he was throwing in the pregame warm-ups. He's very accurate, but if you can get him out on the run and make sure that he doesn't have time to set his feet, he's going to throw an inaccurate pass like he did there.
And the size difference making an immediate effect is we got to run right up the middle. He's going to only gain about 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 7. That was number 23, Riley Seelick, running back for Underwood on that.
Looked like Brogan Lake in there on the stop, and along with Tommy Tanner.
3rd and 8. Early in this matchup. Double wide shotgun for Underwood as Luck fires one low. We got a flag early.
And about the territory of maybe a holding on the defense.
As the referees congregate, they're pointing in the direction of Hinton. You may be correct there, Seth. We're looking over to the sideline to see what the coach for Underwood would like to do. Of course, Underwood coached by Nate McHaleson. He's done a good job with his boys here this season as they come in at 6-4, but they've had some really difficult defeats, 2 of them to teams that they've played one class up and are also in their own state playoff picture right now.
Yeah. Yep, looked like it was a defensive holding there. We didn't hear the ref call that, but that's what it was.
So 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Empty set for Lutt. Motion, but he'll keep it and take it up the middle. Lutt slithering his way through a few defenders to gain 7 yards. A good first run there.
Just a black mass there for tackling. Lot of push there up front there. So that you can see that earlier on in the game. That there's going to be a little nerves and everything else. So make sure the thing you want to do is just settle down on defense. Understand that they're going to try to run the ball and they're going to try to pass the ball as well. They're going to try to do anything they can to move that ball and try to score right away.
Underwood back to empty set. Hinton showing a little bit of pressure, but they drop back into the zone. Catch made by number 26 by Underwood. That's Lucas Bose Jr., the senior, and he takes it for another 15 yards out to Hinton's 45 and an automatic first down.
A little great pitch and catch there from the Underwood offense. That's a lot of what you're going to see out of their offense. So, like I said, might need to dial up something different here.
1st and 10. Lutt back to pass again. He's going to toss one up deep. We got a jump ball. Little too much out of the hands of the outstretched number 8 Easton Robertson. But that was kind of an ill-advised throw there as number 7 Caden Barrett was right on his tail.
Yeah, exactly. Caden had good coverage out there, and really I think he kind of put that ball right where he was going to be the only one to catch that. The receiver was going to be the only one to catch that if it wasn't on the outside.
2nd and 10. Underwood opting for this empty set again. 3rd straight play, and Lutt's going to take it up the middle again, weaving through a couple defenders down to the 40, we'll call it the 39-yard line, setting up 3rd and medium for Underwood. It's probably going to be 3rd and 4. Another good run.
I would expect to try to maybe see some sort of quarterback draw here or possibly even a zone read, especially with this because they're probably where they're at in the field. They're going to go for it.
Lutt and Will Buckholt in the backfield now for Underwood. Really, it's only been those quarterback runs so far. Hinton's done a great job defending. Quick pass by Lutt. Z finds his target and gets down to the 24-yard line. That's number 26, Lucas Bose Jr., his 2nd catch of the night. And Underwood's got another first down.
And that's kind of what we were talking about earlier in the game. You got to be careful with these guys because they like to run a lot of those short crossing routes and just kind of exploit what the defense is doing.
Lutt gives up the middle, number 22, Will Buckholt, as he makes his way for about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 1, and Underwood keeps the ball rolling.
Got a couple shout-outs I want to get out to right away. We'll go to Chris here in Hinton watching the game.
As Buckholt tries to get another first down, but he's going to be stopped
like
maybe just across the line. Chain Gang says he's got it, and the referees agree. They're going to give him a first down.
Chris DeRochi watching at home, watching the broadcast at home. Also, we got Kelsey Langley. She's watching too. That might be my hairdresser, maybe.
Empty set. Looking over to the sideline for the signals. Garrett Lutt back to pass. Quick pass, slant, number 8. Easton Robertson. He's going to get down to the 2-yard line. Will be 1st and goal.
So if you're on the defense here, you're going to want to make some adjustments. You can see they're starting to do a lot of the quick slant stuff, and because they already were planning on, they don't want them going over the top on them.
And Lutt powering right up the middle.
Stop short, Tommy Tanner on the tackle. Great tackle. So maybe you're going to have to start making those adjustments. You're going to have to start pressing the receivers a little bit more because you can't let them have 5 or 6 yards every single time like that. I feel like they're going to get those adjustments made as the game goes along here, but keep watching on Lutt here to run.
Another sneak attempt. Also looks like it was stopped short. So the size for this Hinton defense holding up on the goal line where it's mattered so far. 2 attempts to quarterback sneak, and Underwood has found no pay dirt.
Yep, and that's what you want to keep doing as offense, but you know at this point, especially since they're down on the basically on the half-foot line, they're going to keep going for it. They got 2 more downs, so you got 2 more plays you just got to lock in.
Bissett is Lutt's going to try and take it in, and he will. Touchdown. Underwood Eagles early on in their first quarters on their first drive. They take it all the way down, and with 7:36 left to go in the first, we have our first score. You know, it's just kind of a slow, methodical push down the field, nothing flashy, but it was one of those kind of tester drives that Underwood was able to get into the end zone with.
And we talked about that at the beginning of the game, too. This was the perfect script for them is first series, get the ball, go down there and score. But here's where Hinton's got to step up is they're going to have to come out here, and they're not going to have to score right away, but they're going to have to work it down the field and control that clock. Because as you can see, their offense is potent, and they can make it down the field in kind of a short time if they really want to. We saw a couple plays there they would have hooked up on. They would have probably scored a lot sooner.
The kick goes through, so we've got a 7-0 lead for Underwood early. We're going to take a quick break and be back and see how Hinton answers after this on Metro Sports TV.
Tonight's game is proudly sponsored by The Hair Shop, your go-to spot for style and relaxation. Whether you're looking for a fresh haircut, a bold color change, or a soothing massage, our team of experts has you covered. Our stylists specialize in personalized cuts and colors, and our massage therapists will help you unwind from the daily grind. We're dedicated to making you look and feel your best. So after the game, treat yourself by booking an appointment online at The Hair Shop, where looking good and feeling good go hand in hand.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV. The 12th ranked Underwood Eagles with an early lead here in Hinton, Iowa. We're going to see how Hinton responds. As some adjustments defensively, they're going to need to play a little bit tighter in the secondary and maybe put a spy on Garrett Lutt, because he's already shown his abilities. If he's not seeing much, he's going to take off and run, and he was able to kind of slither his way through the defense. You're going to need somebody on him.
Yep, and anybody that's going to have a, going to have a scholarship to the University of Iowa to go play baseball or anything, they're going to be a little bit athletic, so you need to keep an eye out on him is what we're getting after. But good return up there to the 35.
And Hinton comes out for their first offensive drive. We're going to see a lot of running the ball here. Quarterback Abe Anderson is able to throw it. He throws it at a 56% rate. He's thrown it for about 400 yards so far this season. And a lot of those 400 yards have come on big chunk plays. So if Hinton's able to set up a pass with this running offense first, it could mean some big chunk plays for him as they look to answer it here, as they immediately go from a power formation and drop back into the shotgun. Motion Tommy Tanner. Anderson with the quarterback keeper early. Going off the left side, he's going to gain a couple yards before he's taken down by number 11, Nick Hackett for Underwood. 2nd down and 8.
Yep, good run there. Get a couple yards on the first down, on first down play. This is kind of what you're going to see out of the Hinton offense. For those of you that are watching Hinton for the first time this year, this is kind of how they run their offense. They're just going to move it down the field a little bit at a time, get first downs, and milk the clock.
Shotgun set. 2 wide, low. Handoff right up the middle. That's number 4, Cole Friesen. He shakes his way through the first line of defense, and he gets down to probably the 43, 44-yard line of Hinton. It'll be 3rd and a long short, probably 4 yards.
Great run there by Cole. Even better blocking there by the offensive line. I think I could have walked through that hole for maybe a yard before I passed out from exhaustion.
Hitting quick to the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Friesen as he goes down the right
He's
side, breaks
gone.
through, and he's running. The only one able to take him down now is Easton Robertson. They're in a foot race, and he eventually pushes him out at the 21-yard line. Big play, 40 yards. Cole Friesen off the right-hand side, and a first down for Hinton.
Great run by Cole Friesen there. Great blocking up front. Kind of had him thinking that maybe they were going to do just a sneak or something like that. Hand it off, and just right around the end.
A jolt of energy for these Hinton Blackhawks.
That's exactly what you need. Now you got to start feeding into that and get this ball in the end zone.
Hinton out in a T formation as they motion back to that kind of offset shotgun. Handoff, quick pass. And they're going to call that incomplete as it was in the hands of number 3, Logan Kempema.
Yep.
But the hit jarred that one loose.
Yep, good hit there. He had the ball right on the hands. It was just, kind of one of those things where possibly he knew he was getting hit from behind right before he was going to catch that. So that happens from time to time.
Yep. When you can feel it coming. Quick to the line, Hinton again. Handoff, pushing through the line. That's number 21, Brogan Lake, with a couple hard-earned yards. He's going to make it to the 21 of Hinton. We've got 3rd and 6.
Now, if you're hitting this kind of the same script as what Underwood had on their first offensive drive, I know it's 3rd and 8, but you don't have to come out and throw the ball. You can still run it 2 more times and get that first down, especially the way you've been running it so far.
I think you trust what got you here
right
on 3rd and long. Shotgun set. Number 43, Tommy Tanner in motion. Gabe Anderson with the run, but he's got it sniffed out by number 9, Sam Hulsing of Underwood. And 4th and about the same for Hinton.
Well, bringing out the big package. We might have ourselves a field goal coming here. A field goal attempt.
Looks like that's what they'll set up to do is number 63, Reese Stokes. The 6'1", 245-pound junior kicker. I love saying that. Kick is up. Good line drive kick. Looks like it splits the middle, and they're going to call it good. So a field goal for the Hinton Blackhawks to cut the lead down to 4. 7-3 here midway through the first quarter. We're going to take a break and be back here on Metro Sports TV. Stay with us.
The spirit of competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV. Hinton Blackhawks going a 60-yard drive that was stalled on their own 21, but a nice field goal by Reese Stokes to finish it off to get Hinton on the board. Seth, what'd you like about the first offensive drive for Hinton?
I like the physicality up there. I liked a couple of long runs they had there. We just got to work on finishing those drives and getting into the end zone. The main thing, because especially if we're going to be giving them the ball back here, it's either you got to step up on defense or offense. Right now, we got a pretty close game. Hinton's nowhere out of this game by any means, but the main thing you want to start doing is start clamping down on defense.
And then what you're going to hopefully see here soon for Hinton is an adjustment on defense. You would really like to see them shut down this Underwood Eagles team early. And for Underwood, if they let that ball roll all the way back into the end zone for the touchback, you just kind of want to business as usual. If you're Underwood, keep it going. You've had the quick passes, the West Coast scheme that they've ran that first series worked. Keep it going, work off of it. Garrett Lutz had good success with his legs. They're just going to come out and say, all right, adjust to us, see what you got. We're going to run our offense. So Hinton's going to have to adjust here. I think they've got the athletic ability to, for sure, Seth.
Yeah, absolutely. They just played Battle Creek out of Grove in the last game, and they're very similar to this team, is the best way I can describe them.
Lutt hands the ball off up the middle. It's going to be brought down by a flock of Blackhawks for a minimal gain
Great stop up front there. That's a good way to respond. I mean, they still got a couple yards out of it, but at the end of the day, you got them stopped in a manageable position. The main thing you're going to work out for here is going to be that RPO. They're going to run off of it and then throw a slant.
There's Will Buckholt on the run for Underwood. He's been the main running back so far. As Lutt's going to keep this one hopping through before being tripped up at the line by number 63, Reese Stokes, but he gets a good 6 yards and is going to bring up a 3rd and 1, maybe 1.5. Short yardage for Underwood again, and Hinton's time to respond. Shotgun set, Buckholt and Lutt. Lutt up the middle. He cuts off to the left-hand side. Makes a couple jukes and gets down to the 36-yard line. A first down for the Eagles of Underwood. And more of this running game from Garrett Lutt.
Yep, the main thing that we've kind of already talked about it a little bit. The main thing that we're seeing here is he's not going to be handing the ball off a lot. He's just going to take it himself.
Garrett Lutt, the top rusher for Underwood, as he's got 332 yards on his own. The second highest is Charlier Myers with 220. My apologies. He's the second leading rusher. Buckholt has 661 yards. It's a little darker in here than what I'm used to, I'll admit, but I'm doing my best to read off of my sheet. 2nd and 7. Thank you. 2nd and 7 for Underwood, as they're going to get it past the sticks in an automatic first down.
On the first down there, yeah. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of things I'm seeing is just basically they're running a RPO system here.
Yep.
Run pass option, and what he's reading a lot of the times, his first read is just to run the ball. Now, he can throw the ball like we've already talked about, but
Buckholt gets it, takes it to the near side, but he's quickly met. The line of scrimmage will fall down to the 50-yard line, and that is how he'll get his forward progress. Great job by Hinton's defense right there to hit him at the line of scrimmage, but they didn't quite finish him off, and he was able to fall forward to get 2 yards.
And that's kind of the thing that Hinton needs to start doing here is getting a more pressure, controlling that line a little bit more.
Lutt keeps it up the middle as he dances his way through the first layer of defenders, and he gets past the first down all the way, and he's still moving. Gets down to the 36-yard line of Hinton, but another quick first down, and Garrett Lutt early dicing up this Blackhawk defense.
He is. He's running pretty well at the moment. It's one of those things where you're going to have to start putting a player on him, or you're going to have to bring in more than 3 down linemen, because at the moment you're getting, they're pushing you around on the offensive line.
Lutt and Charlier Myers in the backfield for Underwood. 3 set wide to the right as Lutt steps back. He's looking to find his open target, and he overthrows him again. That was number 8, Easton Robertson, who's had a couple of targets tonight and not able to find him yet. Lutt's been looking for him on those deep shots, though.
And he has. He had a good play set up there for the zone read. Like I said, it's an RPO is what they're basically doing, and he had the post route there. He was open. He just overthrew him by a little bit.
2nd and 10. From the 36 of Hinton. Shotgun set. As Lutt gives it to Myers. Good tackle at the line of scrimmage. Minimal gain. They're probably going to give him about 2 there.
Colton Robinson there on the tackle.
It's going to bring up the longest down and distance for Underwood so far this game in 3rd and 8. This is going to be a big moment for Hinton's defense to be able to lock this down and end the drive right here.
Yep, this is where you're going to want to see them button down the hatches, because they're going to be running some sort of slant, or they're going to be running some sort of game on the outside so that they can try to get that first down.
Split wide receivers for Underwood. Charlier Myers in the back for Lutt. Fakes the handoff. He's looking to pass. Rolls out to his right side. He's got pressure. He's going to throw one up. He's looking to find number 8, Easton Robertson, but he caught it out of bounds. Great job defensively to cover Robertson there who's the main target, and it is 4th and 8. Great stop for the Hinton Blackhawks.
Yep. It looks like their offense is staying on the field yet, so they might still go for it. And they're kind of in that no man's land at the moment. If they don't have a field goal kicker that's good enough for that, and it's going to turn out to be a punt anyway, why not?
Right. We've talked about that a couple of times where we're just that 30 to 40-yard line is kind of a weird spot. If you don't feel confident with the leg of your kicker, it's not quite long enough to punt. You might as well go for it. Spread out wide are the Underwood Eagles, as they're going to trust the arm of Lutt, who's looking to find an open man, but he fell down. Number 13. Sorry.
Carver DeGroot on the cover.
18, Ryan Fletcher, the wide receiver, fell down.
Yep.
As Lutt tried to deliver the ball, and it's a turnover on downs.
Now he had a good route ran there. Good defense by Carver. He was right on top of him, and basically they both looked like they tripped up there at the end. But good job by the defense. Doesn't matter how you get it off, but you got off the field and now got your offense back out there.
Now, if you're Hinton, this is the time. All right, let's establish our brand of football.
Yes.
Let's control this clock, take off as much time as possible, and get in the end zone to take a lead and make Underwood respond instead of having Hinton respond. Quick motion, Anderson keeps. Jukes a couple times. He gets off to the right-hand side, down to the 40-yard line. Good pickup, as it's going to be 6 yards for Gabe Anderson.
And that's just the athleticism you're going to see out of him. He can run that zone read just as well as anybody else in the state. So if he can if he can make that decision correctly most times and, either hand it off if he's seeing the pressure down there, if the guy's biting down, keep it, run back to the outside, and you should be set.
Brogan Lake checks in for Hinton. 2nd and 4. Friesen will take the spot next to Gabe Anderson. They keep Lake in for protection as Anderson steps back, looks for the screen, can't find it.
They had it set up too there.
Yep, they was trying to find Brogan Lake as he motioned across as soon as Anderson stepped back, and he was wide open and had Green in front of him.
Yeah, he had a lot of room there to run. Just got to, you're going to have pressure coming in your face, especially with the fact that you're running a screen. So you're going to let some people come in unblocked. You just got to keep calm and make sure you get the ball to him, and he would have had probably pretty close to a touchdown. There was not anybody there.
And if there's one Achilles heel for this Hinton offense, it has been the fact that Anderson's completion percentage is only 52%. And it's been on – we talked a little bit about the pregame. It's been on throws like that where his eyes almost get a little bit too big. If you're a deer hunter, he got that rack fever where he saw that, this is a touchdown, and he just gets almost a little too excited.
And
so we got a timeout.
I think we're trying
referee
to find
timeout as they're trying to coordinate.
Maybe the play clock, I think they have down. Right now they have it at 12 and stopped. I think they were resetting the play clock, so they never reset it the correct way. Currently on the other clock, we got 23.2 left in the first quarter here. No? Put it back up to 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
That seems like they're...
Oh, there you go, 32 seconds. I was going to say we're having some clock operation problems up here maybe in the booth.
That being said, 3rd and 4. Hinton comes out in kind of a jumbo shotgun package. Anderson to keep it. He takes it on the near side. He's got an opening, and he's going to take off. It's a track meet. Gabe Anderson eventually wrapped up by number 23, Julian Small for Underwood, but a big gain for Gabe Anderson and a first down for Hinton.
Great run there. It's great showing. He showed his patience there too, waiting for the hole to develop, waiting for that outside block to get kicked out so that he could make sure he could run straight down the field, and a great run by Gabe Anderson there.
1st and 10. Right on the edge of the red zone for Hinton. The clock is slowly ticking down. 10 seconds left if they're going to try and get a playoff, and they will. They're going to hand the ball right up the middle. Cole Friesen, he's got a hole. He gets down to the 11-yard line, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter here in Hinton. Your Hinton Blackhawks trailing but driving. We'll be back with the second quarter of action here on Metro Sports TV. Stay with us.
Roofing solutions, pre-engineered steel buildings, and design-build solutions. Modern builders and modern design architects can make it happen. With over 60 years of experience, Modern Builders can manage every aspect of your build. Design, cost, scheduling, and performance. Check them out on the web at modernbuildinc.com. Modern Builders, proud sponsor of the Hinton Hard Hat Award winner.
That's fine.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV. We're flipping the field. It's the second quarter of action. Class 1A Iowa High School football home game. Hinton, Iowa, the number 5 ranked Hinton Blackhawks, the number 12 ranked Underwood Eagles. Right now, Underwood's got the lead 7-3, but Hinton just ripped off a big play, and they've got a lot of momentum offensively, looking for a touchdown here.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like for the most part, we're on 11, got on the yellow 11-yard line going in. Got a 2nd and 1 here. If you're the Blackhawks, once again, the only thing you need to focus on is running the football and making sure you're establishing that line of scrimmage. While we have a quick break here, I have a couple more shout-outs. Bill Peters here in Hinton, Iowa, is watching the game, wanted a shout-out. And the other one, Kelsey Langley, wanted another shout-out there too. So get those shout-outs in today. I'll read them off as we go along when we get a break in the action.
If you can see us, if you're at the game at Hinton listening to us, if you look at the trailer, we're both flying around doing as much as we can to bring you a good
touchdown.
Gabe Anderson throws one up.
Kyle Leary on the grab
Number
there.
5, Kyle Leary, touchdown, Hinton Blackhawks. And a touchdown through the air as that's Gabe Anderson's 9th. And the Blackhawks take the lead here in the second quarter.
Too busy talking there. We almost missed the touchdown.
Great job, great jump ball, great catch by Kyle Leary. That ball was high pointed, about as high as he could get it.
And that's the thing, him being a basketball player and being 6'4", 6'5", that's another good part of that. There's not a lot of people that are going to be able to be 6'4", 6'5", on the outside. They're going to be able to cover him. He can just jump over him.
And at 200 pounds, he can set his position well, too. He's going to be able to body somebody and make sure he's got his spot as the kick is up and good. 10-7 Hinton over Underwood here at home. We're going to take another break and be back on Metro Sports TV. Stay with us. It's exciting. Welcome back to Metro Sports TV. It's getting exciting here. We're now dipped into the 40s, but it is hot here in the stands and on the home side in Hinton, Iowa, as the Hinton Blackhawks just scored to take the lead 10-7. And now Underwood, who's used to playing from ahead, is now going to have to answer and try and get something back. This could be a really exciting back and forth here, Seth.
It really could. The main thing that you want to do here, if you're the Blackhawks, is not allow their offense to get going again. This is the time where you need to get that other stop.
Yeah.
Get the ball back in your offense's hand and just work it down the field again.
And if you're Underwood, I don't think you get too discouraged about how your offense is running. You just happen to get stalled out there, keep playing your game. They haven't really consistently stopped you yet enough to make you need to adjust.
Exactly. And that's the one thing, if you're looking at this from the Underwood side of the ball or side of it, your offense is moving the ball. That's not the problem. You just need to make sure that you're running the plays that are going to make you the most successful.
Yep.
And so far, it's been that RPO look off of the run pass option there. You're looking at that, and the main thing that they have is the running backs are running the ball well. You have the quarterback and the running back running the ball real well.
First down, give up the middle.
Gets
Good
nothing.
Stop by
those
Hinton.
Blackhawks. You
Had
had
3 Blackhawks, 3 defensive linemen.
Jackson Kunkel, and you had Jacob Bishop in there. You also had, it looked like Tommy Tanner on the inside there too.
And they stopped Will Buckholt from gaining anything. 2nd and 10. This could be a really good sign if you're a Hinton fan. As Lutt back to pass.
Ooh.
Good catch. Number 8, Easton Robertson. Lutt's been looking for him all night, and he finally connects for 30 yards and a first down. That's a big play for Underwood.
That is a big play there. Great pitch and catch there. If we can get that replay there, we're here later on. That was an amazing pitch and catch.
First down give up the middle into Hinton territory. Number 22, Will Buckhold, for a solid 8 yards. 2nd and 2, and Underwood is driving again.
Yeah, main thing you want to do on defense, don't get too high or too low. You understand that their offense can move the ball. You just got to answer when the time comes.
Lutt jumps over his own offensive lineman for the first down. He gains 10 down to the 36
a little
of
skirmish
Hinton.
in the middle of the field.
Things getting chippy early as Hinton's got to pull their own guys out of there. Well, Garrett Lutt, the way he runs is kind of geared toward he'll frustrate a lot of people because he just kind of slides his way through. He's not afraid to jump, which I think will it gets very frustrating when you're a lineman. You've been working hard, and all of a sudden you see this guy hopping right over you. It can get really frustrating.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you notice about him, with him being so athletic. He's going to make those plays, and you have to understand that. You can't get frustrated with it. He's an athlete. He's going to get some yards. He's going to get some of the carries. He's going to get some other stuff. Just make sure that you don't allow him to break free.
1st and 10. Lutt empties the backfield as Will Buckhold goes out to the top of the screen. Fake pass, draw right up the middle for 5 yards. Taken down by number 43, Tommy Tanner. But a quick 5 yards for Underwood, and they're moving again.
On the Underwood side, their coaches are calling a good game right now. It's about as good a game plan as you can run against this defense. This defense is not known to give up a ton of points. So the main thing that if you're going to want to do, especially if you're the Blackhawks still, you have to keep an eye out on this RPO read.
Fake to Buckhold, quick pass, Robertson. A catch, but a slip right on the first down line. It looks like the chain gang is going to give it to him. First down, Underwood. Almost a miss there as Robertson was slipping as that pass came to him.
Yep, and on the outside, I'm not sure if a blitz was called, but you got to stick with that guy.
Lutt rolling off to the near side, looking for Robertson again. He'll find him at the 15, but quickly wrapped up and taken down by number 7, Caden Barrett. We got Laundry on the field, as that may have been just a little too much there on the tackle.
I don't know if it was on the tackle or if it was on the backfield. That looks like that's in the nature of a holding. Yep, blocking the back.
Hold. And that's going to back them up.
Fortuitous break there for the Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm. So they're debating where to start the walk-off point there, and there we'll go. That's going to be, like you said, that's going to be really big for Hinton for Underwood to play behind the sticks. They've been able to get some chunk yardage, but playing from 1st and 20 really makes you have to rethink, especially if you're airing out the ball.
Right.
You're extending routes. You're having deeper routes that take longer to develop. Hinton can get pressure. We might see some sacks start, or some really heavy pressure starting here. There's a handoff to Buckhold, and he breaks right through the center of the defense. Tackled down by number 5, Kyle Leary, but a big chunk yardage. So much for developing.
And now we got a personal foul coming here, and that might be on Underwood because that guy came in and started ripping away at people.
So much for developing routes. Quick draw up the middle. But it might be all for naught if they're going to walk this back off against Underwood. Because you're right, it got pretty chippy.
Which I like the fight. I mean, I like the fight, but you have to be careful about that stuff. There's a difference between protecting your player and making a stupid penalty.
We saw that almost cost Hinton during their game with West Sioux that fourth quarter.
Yep. 2
big 15-yard penalties. One of them was on not necessarily a late hit, but an aggressive hit on the sideline, which was a little too much. That is a graduate from West Sioux. Coach Sweesaw, controlled violence, he liked to call it.
Yes, and like I said, there's a big difference between protecting your player and your guy and being like, hey, I'm going to go make sure I can get this get him up as soon as possible, and just going in there and shoving somebody. You can't do that.
It'll be 2nd and 16.
9:11 to go.
Until half. Been an exciting first half of play. A lot of action, some big chunk yardages on offense for both teams, and some good stout defense as well. Underwood with an opportunity to take the lead before the half. Look to the sideline for the adjustment. Coach is giving signals. Buck Holt to the other side of Lutt. Fake. They're looking for Robertson. Giving him a go. Lutt's got a scramble. Good block, but shed by Hinton as Lutt's going to try to get it with his legs.
And scrambles out there.
And he'll pick up 12 yards and leave it 3rd and short for Underwood. That was a great job improvising by Garrett Lutt there. He was almost wrapped up by Jacob Bishop, who got some good pressure on his backside.
Yep, they had the great pressure up the middle, but like we said, that's one of the things I was talking about in the pregame. You want to get pressure on him and make sure that you can get him out of the pocket a little bit, but you have to have somebody else there. Great pressure up front, but let's see if we can't get him to stop here on 3rd down.
Quick run right up the middle by Lutt. Quickly stopped. It's going to be right on the line. Great team defense as they're going to call it with forward progress. Chain Gang's already throwing up the 4. They stopped him short. 4th and 1. Great stand there as Lutt tried to do what he's been doing in all game, dicing him up through the middle, but stopped by the defensive line of Hinton. And they're going to go for it.
And this is the sneak. There's going to be a sneak coming here. This is the one thing you want to watch.
Buck Holt and Lutt in the backfield. Lutt under center. Quick snap. He's going to try and jump over. He's got nothing.
He didn't get it.
And he didn't get it. Turnover on downs, and the ball goes back to the Hinton Blackhawks. Although the sideline for Underwood is motioning for a first down, it really didn't look like he got it.
Yeah, it depends on this spot where that ball's sitting right now. He didn't get it.
Looks like they're going to measure it. Yep, probably smart. It's a playoff game. There's a lot on the line here. Smart to make sure you got it right. While they're doing the measure, we're going to take a quick look around the different scores here as South Hardin and Dike New Hartford are tied in the second quarter, 7-7. The Regina Regals and the Wilton Beavers currently game over, 9-7. Regina wins. That was a quick game. I wonder if something happened there. We might have a technical difficulty, and we'll come back and see if that's actually the case. But according to ScoreStream, that game is final. We'll figure that out. And then the Grundy Center Spartans up 20-0 in the second quarter against the Cougars of Sumner Frederickson.
I would say that's a shocker, but it's not really a shocker. Grundy Center's a very good football team. Big forced down stop there by the Blackhawks, though. That's exactly another thing you wanted to do there. Get the stop, get the ball back to your offense. Try to see if we can't drive it down the field here. We got 8 minutes and 2 seconds before the half. See if we can't get it down the field and score before then.
Games are often decided on plays just like that.
Exactly.
Quick to the line, goes Hinton. Power formation. It's a keep by Gabe Anderson. He tries to run it up the left side. We'll gain 2 before he's taken down. They've been doing a lot of that this game, this quick to the line. They're just trying to not let Underwood be able to read their offense at all.
Set. Yep.
It's worked a couple times, a couple big plays. Cole Friesen had a nice long run off of that. And it works, but you got to be really disciplined on offense to be able to get to the line and get set as quickly as you can to get that snap off.
Yeah.
Very easy to get false starts when you're doing that.
Yep.
Jumbo set shotgun. Another keep by Anderson. He'll come up the near side, make his way through a small hole and barrel down to the 24-yard line.
Good run by Gabe there, setting up a 3rd and probably about 4, it looks like.
And but as you stated, we've had a couple games you and I have called together. This is their game. They'll take 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. They'll convert 30, 40 third down attempts a game to make sure that Underwood doesn't have as many opportunities as they can to score.
Right, and that's the right way to look at this too, is as long as you can keep getting first downs and holding on to the ball, that's less time their offense has it.
Shotgun set. Anderson keeps Fakes and he
And
gets
caught.
the pass to Caden
Great
Barrett
catch
for
by
the
Caden
first
Barrett.
down.
Great catch by him there. And like I said, there's one of those times where he's just going to throw, and he's not going to throw very much,
No.
or it's not going to be a hard route. It's just going to be a little slant. That's all he needs.
Taking a page out of what Underwood was doing earlier in the game with the quick slants,
Right.
because they're really hard to defend, especially at this level of football. You know, you have your athletes against athletes, and a lot of the time, the reaction time, especially in lower Class A high school, it's not quite as quick. It's not as coached yet to be able to press on those quick slants, and they're usually right there, especially if you got a big body like Caden Barrett.
Oh, exactly. And let's see.
First and 10 to
Blitz
give.
up the middle.
And he's stuffed.
They kind of had a jailhouse blitz there.
Yeah.
They're starting to do a couple more blitzes up front, which is a good thing to mix in on the Underwood side. But if you are on the Blackhawk side, one of the things you want to do to stop them from just blitzing all out every play, run a couple of screens, run a couple of draws. That's going to keep them off balance, and they're not going to be able to just blitz you the entire time.
And just as you say that, the big 6'2", 185 Logan Kempema checks in as they go back to that bunch formation, kind of a T formation for Hinton. And Underwood's blitzing right away. But there is Kempema, and he's got it! Running a stiff arm on Robertson before finally being taken down by number 26, Lucas Bose Jr. and Easton Robertson, but big body Logan Kempema, the quick slant, and that's 30 yards.
Great catch over traffic there. Might have been a little bit early before he even touched the ball, but great catch there, great concentration, and great running after the play, especially with that little stiff arm to get a couple more yards. Every yard is going to count here. Now we're getting down towards the 5-minute mark here in the quarter.
Well, yeah. There's Brogan Lake right up the middle. He's getting another 3 or 4 yards. Tough yardage, Brogan Lake, but that's what he likes to do. He's a tough yardage kind of back.
Now, he's one of those guys where I've seen him in a few games. Every game that I've done here so far, he doesn't run away from people or try to juke them. He's trying to run them over, and that he's one of those old school backs that I'd like to see.
Quick to the line. T formation, Hinton. Give Brogan Lake again right up the middle for some more tough yardage. He gets down to the 35 of Hinton.
It might have been Cole Friesen on the carry there, actually.
3rd and long 5 for the Blackhawks. Tell you one thing, another thing about getting to the line very quickly, very difficult to identify numbers from the booth.
Yes, yeah. We'll have a couple of we'll have some problems up here.
Yeah, that's not that it's an excuse. I need to be better about that. But you're right. It looks like Friesen does set up on the left side of that T formation.
We
got
hard count, got the first down.
And that's the other benefit of getting quick to the line is Underwood's got to try and time it, and every once in a while they're going to jump.
And it seems like, and that's the one thing I have noticed about the defense so far, they are throwing a lot of blitzes at this Blackhawk front, which could be confusing them a little bit. They're trying to mix it up a little bit, especially after that. But if you're going to get up there and start calling that, that particular play, getting a quick snap and trying to get them to jump offside, this is going to start getting into the back of their head that they're going to have to sit back. They have to wait for the snap. They can't just try to time it.
There's a difference between making an offense become one-dimensional and expecting them to be one-dimensional. There's Gabe Anderson off the left side. He'll barrel forward and get the first down as he picks up 4 yards.
Yep, good run there. That's exactly what you want to see out of this Hinton offense at the moment, just running the ball down the field, not going away from what's got you here.
Yep.
Which is like we're already down to 4 minutes. This is one of those deals where I told you, if you can get the ball back at 8, try to see if you can't work that entire clock all the way down so you'd give them no time going into the half. The other key point to remember is Hinton does get the ball at halftime too. So if you can control the clock the rest of the half, score right before half, you get the ball at half again.
Yep. Next thing you know, it's 24-7 in the third quarter. Anderson gives to Friesen up the left-hand side.
And he's
through
still
a few
running.
defenders. He's breaking 3-4 tackles before being taken down by 3 Underwood Eagles before he's on the ground and picks up an easy 10 yards and a first down for Hinton. They keep the ball rolling.
And this is what you want to see as a Blackhawk. You're watching them wear down that defensive line. Eventually, they're going to have to give up. They're going to get tired. I haven't seen a lot of substitutions on their side. So if they're going to keep playing those same players over and over, they're going to wear them down eventually.
That's exactly what Hinton is built to do. Motion So we've got a power wing formation. Anderson keeps it, rolls up the middle. He's actually giving it to Brogan Lake.
Brogan Lake,
touchdown! Touchdown, Hinton Blackhawks, Brogan Lake. Off the power wing option as Gabe Anderson held onto that ball for a very long time before giving it to Lake, but the hole opened up in the offensive line and Brogan Lake barreled his way through it.
Oh, as a former offensive lineman, that stuff just brings a tear to my eye. I love seeing that kind of play. Just breaks out, no one knows he has the ball, and he's gone.
Big touchdown for Hinton here late. Although you leave 3 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock, that might be just enough time for Underwood to be able to answer. Kick is up and through with confidence. 17-7. Underwood trailing.
No, they
Did
called
they give
no
them
good.
no?
No, they called it no good.
My apologies. With the confidence, I assumed that it was all the way through. 16-7. The lead is 9 for Hinton over Underwood. We'll take a quick break and be back after this on Metro Sports TV.
For commercial auto insurance, don't hesitate to contact Derek Hill at Joe Morton & Son Insurance in collaboration with Great West Casualty Company. Whether it's trucking or workers' compensation, Derek is here to assist you with all your commercial auto needs. Get ready to hit the road confidently with Derek and the team at Joe Morton & Son. Give them a call today, 402-494-7747.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV. As a missed kick is the only thing keeping a double-digit lead away from the Hinton Blackhawks. The lead is 9, 16-7, with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to go until halftime. With how explosive Underwood can be offensively, that may be just a little bit too much time. You still want to talk to your players if you're hitting and say, we need to focus. This is not like the half is over. Settle in. We need to get a stop. And if they do quickly, there might be enough time for them to score again.
Yeah, there's a chance that they could. That's the main thing is you're going to want to make sure that you're staying. Oh,
high
ball!
Kicks, fumbled, but fallen on by Easton Robertson. Almost a disaster for Underwood.
There's the Underwood players are getting a little chippy on their side, and I'm not sure entirely why, but here we are. I guess we got to talk about it. I just saw it out there on the field. One guy's out there talking to somebody that was blocking him. I mean, sorry, but that's football.
It's an emotional game, and this is, I mean, you're looking at, for both teams, with a loss is the last game of their season. So.
And here's the thing. You've already had one penalty. Why would you even put yourself in that position is beyond me.
Lutt takes it himself. Quickly wrapped up by number 52, Jackson Conkle
on the tackle. Second leading tackler on the team. Had an injury here, or we had an injury here earlier on in the year that kind of forced him to move down to that defensive line spot there, the other end spot, but he was playing linebacker for the longest time.
Conkle, the 6', 195-pound junior with 54.5 total tackles coming into this game.
State wrestler last year.
And a number of those for loss. Big part of this Blackhawk defense as Buckholt tries to take it up the middle, but he's immediately met by a wall of Blackhawks.
Yep, a lot of state wrestlers on the Hinton side. That's part of the reason why this defense is good at tackling and good at stopping people. But the one thing that I'd like to see here from the Blackhawks is you know that they're going to come out and they're going to do a hurry-up offense. If you can get them stopped here on this third down play, you get the ball back with a couple minutes left.
As we tick just under 2 minutes left to go in the half, Underwood spreads them out, tries to get a ball off quickly, and he will, and he'll pick up the first down. That was number 26, Lucas Bose Jr. That's his third catch so far tonight. All three of them have been for first downs. Lutt's been able to go to him every once in a while to get that critical yardage.
So here on the defense, keep everything in front of you. Do not let something get behind you at this point.
Five-step drop.
Look at
Lutt
that.
Launches. He's got two men, and one of them does come down with it. That's number 9, Sam Hulsing, but they said it popped out as it's laying on the green grass. Hulsing had that for a long time. But the ground may have caused that one to pop out.
That was a beautiful throw there, and he put it right where it had to be. That guy, he just couldn't hold on to it. The ground forced it out. Another fortuitous bounce for the Blackhawks, but hey, that's what you're looking for.
5 wide for Underwood. Motion Buckholt. They run into each other. We got a broken play, and Lutt goes down. Garrett Lutt trying to run some kind of fake with his running back, Will Buckholt, and they collided, which broke the play, and Hinton quickly on it.
Timeout on Underwood's side. They got 1:23 left here.
Take a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout as well, as Seth and I could use a breather, but we'll be back with the final minute, 21 seconds left to go here on Metro Sports TV until halftime. Stay with us.
Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
16-7 is the score here in Hinton, Iowa, with 1:23 left to go until half. But the difficulty for Underwood is that it is 3rd and 11 after 2 really big stops for Hinton's defense.
Yep, this is where I'm looking to do max protection on the back end with my cornerbacks. I'm not letting anything get to that first down stick. Play the sticks.
And if you're the defensive ends, contain, contain, contain. Don't overextend yourself on the pursuit to the quarterback. Lutt
got some
chasing his
pressure
way
on
out.
him.
Picked off! Cole
Cole Friesen on the
with
pick.
the interception in Underwood territory, and Hinton takes over with an opportunity to score before the half.
Yeah, they got 1:17 here. Hinton can still score. Don't want to come out. Here's the main thing. You still have all 3 of your timeouts as you're Hinton. You do not have to throw the ball right away. So if you want to work in a few runs right away, see what you can do, I would go with that first.
Great job by Cole Friesen there as the 6-foot, 180-pound junior leaped into the air, full extension to come down with that. And Hinton has been revitalized here late in the second.
Yeah, Hinton picking up their 18th turnover on the year, and I believe that's interception number 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Anderson rolling out to the right, looking for somebody. He's breaking another
Saves his
tackle, will
feet.
get
He has
forward.
a couple of yards. Ooh.
Gets 4 yards, but he's still.
Did I see a flag out there?
I'm not seeing any laundry, but looks like we got a timeout by Hinton.
Okay. Maybe I just saw a little piece of somebody's yellow shirt out there flying off.
Right. But actually, according to Bound for Hinton's page, it's actually the 15th team interception.
Oh, yeah.
For Hinton, as they've been able to take the ball away quite a bit. That's 15 interceptions, and they forced 3 fumbles. So this team used to taking the ball away through the air.
Yeah, the first 2 playoff games, they've had 3 interceptions in both games. So that's something that they look to do, is be opportunistic, especially on the defensive side of the ball. There's 1 turnover right there, and that's a big key in football, especially at this level. If you can if you can be on the plus side, especially when it comes to turnovers, you're usually going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, it really seems to be like all of those effort plays are being made by Blackhawks right now. You had the first drive where Underwood came out and they drove the field, but ever since then, when it has come to effort plays, 4th down stops, turnovers, they have gone the way of Hinton. 2nd and 7. 1:06 left to go in the first half. Anderson, quick pitch out to the perimeter.
Looks like,
Carver
Carver DeGroot out there.
13, Carver DeGroot. And the best part is he got out of bounds.
Yep.
That'll stop the clock with 1:02 left to go.
And that was good. That was good on offense. You just take the yardage that you can get. At this point, if you can get yourself in the field, you have a kicker who can make a field goal. He's already made a decent-sized one tonight. So if you can get another 10 or 15 yards, you're probably going to be in field goal position, so you won't have to do anything crazy.
Up the middle, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, gets down inside the 30-yard line, and a first down for Hinton.
Got that first down. Are they going to try to run a play quick? Looks like possibly, yes. 57-9.
Clock's not running yet. They're going to wait for the ball to be set.
And
the
there
clock
we go.
will start. And Hinton quick to the line. 1st and 10. Anderson steps back, throws the ball.
Got
He
over the
hits
middle.
Leary. Got the first down and more. Chunk yardage for Hinton is another first down. And they're going to reset. 44 seconds left to go. I thought for a second there maybe there was a timeout called as we got a whistle on the sideline from the ref. Not so much. Clock runs. First down. Deep ball for Leary.
Touchdown, Leary!
Touchdown, Hinton Blackhawks.
And, well, we got a flag down there. Not sure if that's going to be offense or defense.
I can't imagine it was offense because to me it really looked like Leary had position unless there was a push-off prior to that. It just looked like a great play for Kyle Leary to me.
It did, but it looks like they're walking backwards, so they might be calling pass interference on the offense. Yep. They call the push-off on him. I didn't see it. The replay might show it. I did not see a push-off there.
No.
I just looked like a good jump ball there. The guy kind of ran into him, but.
Well, and if you're considering the positioning of both the receiver and the defensive back, it'd be very difficult to get a push-off when your catch is back to stomach of the defender. There's no space for a push-off to really occur if you're turning around to make that catch.
Yep, and that's kind of what sounds like we saw both saw the same thing.
Usually when you see those push-off penalties called, it's because the defender is right there and it's just that little bit of separation and they're facing each other or side to side. Usually when it's more of a box-out situation like that, it's not necessarily a push-off. But we're not referees.
Yep, exactly. That's why we're up here in the booth.
Still backed up outside of the 20 as Anderson looks to throw it again. He's looking for Freeze in the corner of the end zone. Just out of the outstretched arms. That looked like that may have been a push as Friesen fell at the end of his route.
Yeah, I'm not 100%
and it didn't
sure there.
Look to me like it was a dive.
No, I'm not 100% sure how the flag doesn't get thrown there. Once again, I could be biased, but if he's got one hand on the guy when he's trying to go for the ball, that's usually going to be a defensive holding at a bare minimum.
So 2nd and goal at the 25-yard line. You got signal calling and a timeout.
Yep.
Gabe Anderson wants to talk with his head coach and get something put together. We're going to take a quick timeout with him and be back here on Metro Sports TV as we get closer to halftime.
Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Kunkel Trucking. Kunkel Trucking is a locally owned livestock hauling company. If you need livestock transported or would love to drive for them, give Chad a call at Kunkel Trucking, 712-251-5615.
New Hartford.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV as we are 32 seconds away from halftime. The hometown Hinton Blackhawks, number 5 ranked in the state Iowa Class 1A, leading the number 12 ranked Underwood Eagles 16-7. A couple really close plays there. Some good deep balls by Gabe Anderson. Some beautiful throws.
Yeah.
One of them a called back defense or offensive pass interference. One, the booth may think a defensive pass interference, but nevertheless, here we are, 2nd and long as we are near the end zone. Hinton pushed back outside of the red zone, and here we go. Shotgun set. Anderson steps back to pass. Launches one deep. He's looking for number 7, Caden Barrett, but just can't quite get it to him.
Yeah, that was actually good defense on their side. They had 2 guys blanketed over top. Great positioning there. That one I probably won't call that pass interference there on that one, but
another good deep ball by Gabe Anderson.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball right where it needs to be at. Main thing is they got the defenders in the right spot.
Coach Hardison for
Now in this play, it depends on how conservative you want to be. Are you going to still try to get some points? You could run it here theoretically.
Anderson back. We got an immediate penalty, so
it's going to be a false start.
It's going to push Hinton back another 5 yards, and I think that may make your decision for you. I think it's get as many yards as you can and try and get Reese Stokes as close to those field goal posts for an attempt before the half. With 26 seconds left, you're not going to give the ball back to Underwood with any time to score.
No, worst case scenario here, they call their timeout for you. They use one of their 2 timeouts that they got left. It's going to stop the clock for them, yes, but you're going to have time to either put another play in and try to run or put another play in there, or you're going to go kick the field goal. I would take the points if it was me. At this point, at this juncture, you'd want to get as many points on the board as you can.
Brogan Lake checked in for Hinton in third and a country mile. Anderson steps back. He's immediately pressured, spins out of a sack. He heaves one deep. He's got a wide open man.
Touchdown!
Touchdown number 5, Kyle Leary. The big senior, 6'4", 200 pounds, catches a wide open touchdown. Beautiful pass again. Gabe Anderson, and Hinton now with a 22-7 lead before the end of the half.
Now I wonder here if the Blackhawks might consider going for 2. Nope, they're going to just kick the extra point and be done with it. I thought maybe go for 2 and extend it to a 17-point game.
I think regardless, it's a 3-possession lead, so I agree it might be nice just to round it off because that 1 point could be a deciding factor, but probably smart to go with the point after here. Kind of a knuckler.
Got that one in.
Squeezes through 23-7 with 16 seconds left to go in the half. We're going to take a break and be right back on Metro Sports TV. Stay right here.
Looking for great food and a friendly atmosphere? Check out the Junkyard Pub and Grub. Stop in for a burger, pizza, wings, or a cold drink to wet your whistle. It's the Junkyard Pub and Grub in Hinton.
Played it earlier.
23-7 is the score right before halftime as Hinton with a big play. Gabe Anderson to Kyle Leary. Looked like Anderson was in the midst of being tackled and taken down for another loss as Hinton had been backed up on previous plays due to penalties. But a great scramble by Anderson and a heave to the end zone to the open arms of Kyle Leary.
And you see that athletic ability out of him. We talked about that before the game. Both sides have a really extremely athletic quarterback. Gabe has, he's a better runner, so he's able to keep his feet and able to set them and throw at the same time. And he had Kyle Leary wide open in the end zone there.
Barrett with the boot as they'll squib it, try and take away any opportunity of a return by Underwood. Smart. Hard run by number 73, Riker Adair, but down inside the 40-yard line, and that is where Underwood will take over. If you're Underwood, do you try to heave something to get some points? Do you just kneel it and say, all right, we'll just go back to the locker room, reset, and try and come back for a better second half?
Yep, because there's 2 schools of thought here. It's just they're either going to try to just hand it off, run, get to the locker room, regroup, and try to reset yourselves, or maybe you might take a shot at the end zone.
There's going to give the Buckhold right up the middle, down for a gain of 4, and that will take us to halftime. 23-7, the 5th-ranked Hinton Blackhawks over the 12th-ranked Underwood Eagles at half. We're going to take a break and be right back with a halftime show and your second half of action here on Metro Sports TV.
Perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Free, free, free for 3.33% APR. Open a new Telco Triad Rewards checking account or upgrade your current account and earn 3.33% APR. No monthly fee. It's free, free, free. Visit telcotriad.org for all the details and requirements. Then stop by any branch to open or upgrade to our free rewards checking account. Telco Triad. It's where you belong.
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang for your buck. I don't know why you wouldn't come here. There's more to community colleges than you think. It's not just go to class and go home. There's still so many fun things you can do on campus. I made some great friendships with my professors. Like, I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do their assignments. You know, I liked the challenge that they gave me. And I think that makes a world of difference. I couldn't have asked for more. My name is Lauren Flay-Hardy, and I think Iowa Lakes is the perfect place to be.
Up to your neck and trying to swim through confusing insurance policy choices? Well, before you drown in coverage you don't need, contact Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. Ryan will help you assess your immediate and also long-term needs so you can clearly choose options catered to your home, personal property, or financial future. Contact Ryan and review your coverage today. 605-377-6776. Don't drown in coverage that you don't need. Stay afloat with Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. 605-377-6776.
When the leaves start to turn, that means summer's over. So head to Baumgars now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgars is your fall weatherization headquarters.
If you want it spit polished and shiny like new, take your rig to C60 Detail. Bumper to bumper, side to side, top to bottom, and in and out. C60 works on everything. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, semis, and even farm equipment. You name it, they can do it. Your satisfaction is in the details. C60 Detail, just east of Hinton on C60. Looking for great food and a friendly atmosphere? Check out the Junkyard Pub and Grub. Stop in for a burger, pizza, wings, or a cold drink to wet your whistle. It's the Junkyard Pub and Grub in Hinton.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Romanian Christian Dimitru ate 200 pounds of pizza in a week.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times gather.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV, and it is halftime here in Hinton, Iowa, as your hometown 5th-ranked Hinton Blackhawks lead the Underwood Eagles 23-7. Welcome to the halftime show here, Seth. As we talk about this first half, it was almost a tale of two different quarters, as the first quarter was played fairly even, but it seemed like come the second quarter, Hinton really found their stride offensively, and they made the correct adjustments to shut down Underwood, who early on seemed like they'd be able to move the ball at will almost.
Yeah, the main thing that they did was, I don't know if they put a spy on the quarterback, Lewitt, there, or if they just made, a concerted effort to make sure they knew where he was at all times, because he was killing them on that first drive with his legs. That was the main thing, and he still has been doing it a couple of times. You've seen those big scrambles. Luckily, he hasn't got a first down out of that, but they made those adjustments, and I foresee some of those adjustments coming here in the second half again, especially on the defensive side of the ball with the receivers, because they're allowing that slant to just go for 7 or 8 yards every time. You can't do that. You're going to let them just march it down the field like they did on the very first drive.
Yeah, and I think what you were talking about pregame as well as I think you saw really the dominance of the size difference on the battle in the trenches as the size for Hinton. There were a number of plays where tried to run the ball, but the pursuit and the I guess the dominance of Hinton's defensive line got in the backfield quickly and broke up a lot of his attempted runs, so the linebackers were able to come in and make those plays.
And you're going to start seeing that here in the second half, especially on the Hinton side. I mean, it's a 23-7 lead. You couldn't ask for a better script from that. Obviously, outside of that one first touchdown in the first quarter, they haven't really gave up anything else outside of that. So you're going to start seeing Hinton lean on them more. They're going to start just grinding that clock and working it. And the beauty of this is they get the ball here at halftime too. So there's a chance it could be 30-7 here midway through the third quarter. And the math is going to start getting shorter and shorter here for them. They're going to have to throw the ball more. They're not going to be able to throw it as much. So Hinton can drop back, 8 guys in coverage and just wait for them to make a mistake.
And one mistake they did make was the big interception late in the second quarter. Cole Friesen with a big pick, which set up that final score, pushing the lead to 23-7. Offensively, Hinton's come out and played their game, but what's been kind of unexpected is how much they've been able to work in their passing game as much as leaning on the running game, which is what they usually do. They've still made that the mainstay of their offense, but the passing game has been much more successful than it has in previous matchups.
Yeah, and I mean, we look at it. He has 2 touchdown passes already, and he usually doesn't throw the ball that much. So that could also be something working in our favor that's throwing them through for a loop too, because they haven't seen that on film. They don't see us throwing the ball that much. We're usually just running it straight downhill.
Well, and you've seen that. You mentioned that while we were talking on one of Hinton's offensive drives, that Underwood's come out and they've blitzed a ton. And one of the big risks that takes when you blitz is that you got to take somebody away from coverage, as well as it's very easy to over-pursue on a blitz, and you end up behind the quarterback, which is what happened on that big touchdown to Kyle Leary. Was the defense got too deep. Yep. Anderson was able to scramble around, set his feet, and make that 30-yard pass, and now it's 23-7.
Yeah, and the one thing you want to understand here, especially if you are on the Underwood side of the ball, really outside of the few plays that Hinton has gotten you into a bad position, maybe you need to dial back the blitzes a little bit. I mean, you can still blitz, but you're still going to have to dial back a little bit and drop somebody back in coverage, and you're going to have to respect that, because otherwise Hinton's going to keep throwing over the top on you, especially with them big receivers on the outside, and just start scoring more and more and more.
And then the counter to that, though, is if they've got to drop somebody back in coverage, then the running game opens right back up for Hinton. So Hinton's got Underwood pretty much exactly where they want them here at halftime.
Yeah. And you couldn't ask, like I said it earlier, I'll say it again, you couldn't ask for a better script out of the Hinton Blackhawks right off the bat. Up 23-7 at halftime, getting the ball at half. This is the time where you control the game, is in the third and fourth quarter.
Other than that, it's been an exciting game. It's been what we've wanted. We talked about adjustments. Let's take a look. I'm going to take a look around the rest of Class 1A here. The Grundy Center game is essentially over. We're at halftime, but a 27-0 lead is pretty well in hand for Grundy Center, a team that is perennial. They're perennial all-star or perennial playoff teams, and they've made it to the championship game multiple times. This seems like that game is probably well in hand.
Yeah, defending state title for 1A. They're the defending state champs, and with good reason. They have all their guys back here, and they have a host of players there that are really, really good.
Of course, Dyke New Hartford now with a 3-point lead over South Hardin. 3 points just recently. They got that field goal right before halftime. It was tied 7-7 for most of that first half. Dyke New Hartford, another team that's always in this playoff picture, it seems like, but they're having a little bit of a difficult time here against South Hardin.
And South Hardin's a very good football team this year, just based off of the stuff I've been watching from their scores around. And also Dyke New Hartford, their only one loss this year is to Grundy Center.
And then finally, the game that I called a final, which ScoreStream did call back and say it was halftime, is the Regina Regals and the Wilton Beavers tied 7-7 at half. Another really close game here in Class 1A for the playoffs. A lot of teams trying to get to the Dome.
I mean, we're at that point. It's the quarterfinals, so you're not going to play a lot of bad football teams anymore. This score, do not let this indicate what's going on with Underwood. They can easily come back. They have that type of offense. That's the other thing that you want to focus into your players, especially here at halftime. Or Hardison's going to focus in with the players. Hey, this game is not over. We need to finish the job. We need to win the third and fourth quarter, lean on them, and finish it.
All right, that is it for the halftime show here. We're going to take another quick break and be back with the second half of action here in Hinton, Iowa. 23-7, Hinton over Underwood at half. We got another half of football left. Stay with us here on Metro Sports TV.
Happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
Free, free, free for 3.33% APR. Open a new Telco Triad Rewards checking account or upgrade your current account and earn 3.33% APR. No monthly fee. It's free, free, free. Visit telcotriad.org for all the details and requirements. Then stop by any branch to open or upgrade to our free rewards checking account. Telco Triad. It's where you belong.
Up to your neck and trying to swim through confusing insurance policy choices? Well, before you drown in coverage you don't need, contact Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. Ryan will help you assess your immediate and also long-term needs so you can clearly choose options catered to your home, personal property, or financial future. Contact Ryan and review your coverage today. 605-377-6776. Don't drown in coverage that you don't need. Stay afloat with Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. 605-377-6776.
When the leaves start to turn, that means summer's over. So head to Baumgars now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgars is your fall weatherization headquarters.
Looking for great food and a friendly atmosphere? Check out the Junkyard Pub and Grub. Stop in for a burger, pizza, wings, or a cold drink to wet your whistle. It's the Junkyard Pub and Grub in Hinton.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
If you want it spit polished and shiny like new, take your rig to C60 Detail. Bumper to bumper, side to side, top to bottom, and in and out. C60 works on everything. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, semis, and even farm equipment. You name it, they can do it. Your satisfaction is in the details. C60 Detail, just east of Hinton on C60.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV. Second half of action here in Hinton, Iowa, as the 5th-ranked Hinton Blackhawks lead the 12th-ranked Underwood Eagles 23-7 after one half of action. Hinton set to receive the kick here.
I got a quick shout out here for the Harder family down in Gilbert, Iowa, watching the game here and listening to us in here on the stream. Go Blackhawks.
As we got a immediate penalty. The kicking team got offsides. They're going to move them back another 5 yards, and we'll kick it again. False start on the second half. We'll try it again.
Yeah, a little offside there, but
and the boot. Short kick. Fielded at the 30-yard line.
Cade makes
by
a guy
Cade
miss.
Barrett gets out. Good field position out to
About
near
44.
the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 44, and that is where Hinton will set up 1st and 10 as we get the second half started. As we were talking about at halftime, if you're Hinton, like you said, just kind of play your game, play possession football, drain as much clock. I think you want to try and keep Underwood to 3-4 possessions in this half if you can.
If you can succeed in keeping them to 3 or 4 possessions in the half, you're winning this football game. There's no other way about it. But if they're getting more possessions than that, either you're scoring a lot or you're getting stops. Good run by
Right
Cole.
at the middle, Cole Friesen for 7 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 3.
Sorry, I'm sitting here talking too
You're
much.
good.
I should be paying attention to the play.
But, I mean, it's exactly, if you're a Hinton Blackhawk fan, this is exactly where you want your team to be coming out of the first half. And it's the team that's designed for a second half just like this, to grind it out, take as much time off the clock, and walk away with this, and take this impressive rushing offense all the way to the Unidome. Shotgun, muffled snap, quick pitch by Anderson, as we got a trick play out of nowhere,
And
intercepted by Easton Robertson of Underwood, as a broken play turned into an impromptu trick play and disaster early on for Hinton. That's just kind of one of those where if you're number 13, Carver DeGroot for Hinton, try and get it with your legs, because he had a receiver open, but that ball was floated way too much, and Robertson easily came down with it.
Yeah, and at that point, if you can't see the guy open, you see him open. If you know you don't have the arm strength down there, just run the ball, and it's okay.
It's a busted play. Just get what you can. Don't try and be a hero. 1st and 10. Lutt to Robertson. Good tackle. Good pursuit by number 14, Mark Gant, and number 7, Caden Barrett, as they wrapped Robertson up quickly. Barrett with the initial hit, and then Gant to finish the play off. Great play by Hinton.
Yeah, great tackle by Gant, another state wrestler on that defense that we have. So like I said, there's a lot of them sitting there on that side of the ball. They know how to wrap up and tackle.
What?
Enough and
Off
nothing
in the middle
doing.
and met again right at the line of scrimmage.
By who else?
As Will Buckholt tried to work the
Tommy
ball up
Tanner
the middle.
again.
And Hinton immediately back with that stifling defense. This has become a trend here as Underwood's tried to run the ball up the middle, and they're just not having any sort of success. If they're going to want to have any chance of coming back in this game, they're going to have to find another place to go.
Right, they're going to have to try to start doing some outside runs here, right up through the teeth of the defense. That one was a little bit more off tackle this time. If you're trying to run behind your center, it's probably not going to be the best place to run, especially when Hinton's got Colton Robinson sitting there at 6'4", 245. It's going to be hard to push him around.
1st and 10. Lutt and Buckholt. Snap comes, fake. Pass, Robertson caught, quickly wrapped up again by Gant and Barrett.
Not much doing there, maybe a half yard, a yard, 2 yards they're going to give him.
Right, it looks like Underwood's just trying to get East and Robertson involved in any way they can, but both Barrett and Gant are right there every time. It's almost like they've got him doubled.
Yeah.
Up the middle, Buckholt for nothing.
Again.
A carbon copy of the previous 3 plays, the 3 plays to begin. A quick pass out to Robertson. Sorry, previous 2 plays. Quick pass out to Robertson, and then an attempted run up the middle.
So
are you trying to? If you're thinking, if you're Hinton on defense, are you thinking, okay, they've run these same 2, they're trying to maybe set something up on the other end of the field?
Yeah, I'm seeing a slant or an out pattern here. There's the out. And first down.
A first down, number 26, Lucas Bose Jr. for the Eagles of Underwood. But they're staying to this near side of the field or right up the middle. They really haven't been able to work to the far side much at all.
Well,
you got to imagine.
They have 4th down marked right now, but I think they're going to maybe take a measurement on this. Have it marked about 4th and 1, but I don't really see.
Yep,
there you got.
I was going to say, if they fans here in Hinton not happy with that.
They don't like it, but it looked like a first down. So
it did. Motion, Robertson. Lutt steps back. He's looking to launch one deep. He's got a man with a step. Left it short. Looked like number 18, Ryan Fletcher, the freshman out there. He was actually almost looked like he was trying to draw a flag because he knew that ball was well short. He tried to back in to number 5, Kyle Leary, but the ref was not having any of it.
Yeah, and that's good play on the defense. The reason why he didn't get anything called on him because he turned his head right there at the last second, and that's what you're taught to do as a defensive back is make sure you got your head turned around so they don't call that.
4 out wide. Give Buckholt up the middle and wrapped up immediately again.
Tommy Tanner has been all over in the backfield tonight.
Letting the Underwood Eagle offense know this is my line of scrimmage.
Now you got them right where you need them in the 3rd and long situation, but you got to watch these out patterns that they've been running the entire time. That's how they've been getting their yardage.
Roll out. Lutt looking
there
for an open
right
man.
There.
He's got someone, but it was way too late. His number 13, Carver DeGroot, closed in on his man easily and made it impossible for that pass to be completed. 4th and 9. They just took way too long to deliver that ball.
Yeah, they had a lot of time to run it, and I'll tell you this: probably he could have probably ran that and got the first down. Now I'm not sure if it looks like they do have set up to go for it, but I'm not sure if they maybe try to do a pooch punt here or a quick kick. We did see that at West Sioux.
It is a good spot to do so because you punt the ball down to about the 20-yard line and let it roll. With no one there back to return, it's a pretty easy way to get some good field position for your defense.
Looks like he's backing up so that he can do that. Yep.
Good punt by Lutt. We'll take a Hinton bounce, though, and stop at about the 23-yard line, and that is where your Hinton Blackhawks will take over. 1st and 10 with just over 8 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. So you get away with one there if you're Hinton with the bad interception on the broken play. You get away with one. Great stop on defense for Hinton. Underwood doesn't get